Hopefully we're turning enough. If we're not, we can give a little shove to help it along. And we are just clear of my dhow, the previous boat that I've had. And we did run into it a little bit. And we're sinking. Awesome. Down she goes. All right, it's still fairly early on this, let's see here. We left day 40, 4 days at sea. It's going to be another strong weather day, so we'll just eat some of this food we brought with us. I can't tell, but I think the water has probably changed color? At the very least, we're out of the region of the Emerald Archipelago. Or, I'm sorry, the Outlank region. Are we headed the right direction? No. So in this case, we're turning leeward. Let's let out maybe 3 notches of the mizzen sheet winch. Now, one of my viewers said the best way to handle this, actually, let's try it, is basically have a very shallow angle. Let the sheet all the way down, have a very shallow angle between the wind and the sail angle. See if we can't make this configuration work. First thing I need to do is make sure I'm actually headed the right direction. So we need to pull in a little bit here on the front, on the mainsail. Looks like we need to do a little more. Now we definitely need to do less. Okay. Something like that. Still tending to turn windward, so let's let this one out. Wrong one. Let it out too. We're splashing, but are we actually taking on water? No. Okay. Let's roll with this for a bit and see how it goes. So I'm intentionally keeping my angles very slight between the wind and the angle of the sail. And we still haven't taken on any water. That's good. That's good. Turning leeward, which tells me I have not enough pressure on the mizzen mast and too much pressure on the mainsail. So we'll just adjust that and then let the ship sort of correct itself, hopefully. Alrighty, it appears as though we are coming out of the worst of that gale. And still on course and stuff. I think we can probably pull a little bit more out of each of these. Tighten up these sheet winches just a little bit more to keep pushing on some speed. We're not heeling nearly as much. Everything was within tolerable limits. Let's go check below for the sake of saying we did. Yeah, we are dry down here. Unfortunately, today was not a fishing day because of the weather we had to deal with. So I've snagged some bread. I'll snag probably my first piece of goat cheese to go in my inventory. Checking the telltales from here. See how they look. It's hard to make sense of them from below. I guess I could look up this way. I'm going to tug on these one more half turn. And we're resuming our eastward bound journey into the evening here. Where are we on again? Day 4 at sea. We seem to have woken up to another midnight gale. And the first thing I did is I just threw the winches. That's getting tight. Basically, just letting the winches go, throwing them until all the wind pressure falls off the sails. That stops any heeling that's going to happen. I cannot see that marker to save my life. That's pretty tight. Still on course. We just got ourselves some big waves again is all. But I think we'll go with that for now. Back to bed. Getting a little thirsty, still in some big waves. Let's check our sails first. Should have everything we need in here, yeah. This is kind of another problematic weather day. Let's get pointed due east. We are moving forward, albeit a little slowly, mainly because we're just trying to make sure we don't end up heeling too much by letting our sails be a little bit relaxed on the sheets. Well, that looks fairly stable. All right, time to do some fishing. Seemed like one of my lanterns was on, but that wasn't the case. Fish on the line. I love it. And you know what I've noticed while fishing? The water has taken on a distinct greenish tint, which tells me that we have reached the Emerald Archipelago region of the map. So we've made it at least halfway. Once we get this fish reeled in, we'll take a look at our schedule to see how we're doing. Come on, fish. It's a good thing I have a button bound for this, otherwise my fingers and hand would be so tired from all the scroll wheel happening. This is a different kind of fish than I've been catching before, which is another indication that we've changed regions. Direct east to west and west to east is a pretty straightforward navigation challenge when it comes to, like, you can do that trip reliably with just the quadrant. Let's collect this fish. Maybe. We get to keep our hook even. Oh yeah. Look at this gorgeous green water. It seems the gale has also let up, and our sails are more or less in the right position. We're probably let out one notch of sheet winch on either side here. Maybe not the mizzen. We'll keep the mizzen mast sheet winch pulled tight. Always working for that optimal sail angle. Gosh, look at this pretty place. All right, we have made it this far. Let's give the whole place a little bit of a scrub up. Such a simple little beautiful thing that they added to the game a while ago. The ability to clean with a broom, sweep up all the dust and stuff. Turn the light on down here. I guess we don't need it. We'll just do a quick sweep. It'll be much easier to see when we're down here as well, now that this is more clean. I'm not going to go crazy in the cargo hold. Just run it along the runners here. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, Broom, thank you for your service. Civic98 says, kinda like the longer form videos. Nice hearing all the little in-between talking. You have some interesting insights. I really appreciate the feedback, Civic, and I will be adding some longer form videos from time to time as special features. I do what I can to feature comments like Civic's in each of my videos, so keep the comments coming. That was Moons of Lilat, part of the Fantasy Arcade album by Harris Heller, available on Streambeats Lo-Fi. Alright, that oh, well, we're a little off course of what's happened. So we're turning windward, which means the mizzen mast has too much grip. Two ways to resolve that. One of which is to haul in the mainmast sheet winch by a couple notches. Looks like we're pretty good to pull it more or less all the way in, really. Yeah, we'll try that. Leave it like that. Mizzen mast could use a turn inward or two. We're really close hauled at this point. Maybe we just tighten up the sheet winches all the way. And see how that runs. That's encouraging that we're more than halfway there. We have used 3/4 of a barrel of water. We've only used 4 of our hooks. We did have a piece of goat cheese. We've eaten our meat. But other than that, things are looking up. Happy dawn, sim gamers. Ooh, we are listing something fierce. So again, the best way to deal with that is just to completely release both of the sheet winches. Find out what your optimal sail angle is going to be. And we're pretty much off course, but we have to be because otherwise we'd be sailing too close hauled. There might be a storm brewing in the area, it's hard to tell. So I'm going to get us going forward a little bit by having not as steep an angle on these sheet winches. That's the wrong one. That's the halyard. Sort of just stalled us out in the wind right now. No land on the horizon yet. Okay, I'm not going to use too much of this sail angle. Just enough to make sure we have some forward momentum so they don't end up heeling too terribly much with the wind pushing on us. And I want to thank my viewers in the comments for these kinds of tips. My lanterns are good. No! Don't throw that overboard. I mean, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world if I do. But I'd just rather not. Alright, we're almost out of water in that cask. Whatever forward momentum we have is kind of slow, partly because not all of our sails are actually doing any work. And turning any more eastward is actually going to be a problem because we just lose wind. So this might be a day of sailing southeast, or east-southeast. But as long as we're sailing forward, it's all right. Okay, let's take a look at where we're at. Still, I'm calling it still somewhere between 31 and 32 as far as latitude is concerned. It's a beautiful, elegant, simple instrument. The tip of the shadow just showing you basically as the sunlight comes down at whatever angle. Lower toward the horizon would make the tip shorter. Or no, the lower towards the horizon would make this shadow longer. And the closer you are to the North Pole, the lower to the horizon the sun would be. Higher up above the sky, the shadow grows shorter. And if it was directly overhead, for example, we'd be at the equator. The wind has indeed shifted for us in our favor, so I'm going to go ahead and turn due east once again and get our sails trimmed for correct sailing here. We're sailing in a tight, close-hauled position, but at least we're heading direct east again. Now all I need to do is make sure that the fore and aft, or the main and mizzen masts are balanced for any turning force. Which they're obviously not right now. Okay, what's going on? We're turning windward. Let the mizzen out by 2. Check our course, watch this compass. We are still definitely tending to turn windward. Okay, that's tightened up as far as it's going to go. Release 2 more mizzen mast sheet winch turns. Back on course. Problem is the wind shifted, but it also got a lot stronger. And now we're slowly turning leeward. Whoa, extreme angles. All right, let's let out some. 1 here. 1.5 here. And watch. Now we're turning too far leeward. Getting all these forces balanced in a dynamic environment is difficult, that's for sure.